Welcome to a deep dive into one of the most controversial aircraft in modern aviation, Iran's Qaher F-313, also known as the F-313 or Conqueror 313. Unveiled in 2013 as a so-called fifth-generation stealth fighter, this aircraft sparked global debate, with experts questioning whether it was a groundbreaking design or an elaborate propaganda stunt. Over a decade later, in 2025, it has evolved into an unmanned naval drone, raising new questions about its capabilities and purpose. Today, we'll explore its origins, design, transformation, and what it reveals about Iran's ambitions in a world of sanctions and skepticism. Let's get started. The Qaher F-313 emerged from Iran's need to modernize its air force, which has been hobbled by decades of sanctions. Since the 1979 Islamic Revolution, Iran has relied on aging US-made aircraft like the F-4 Phantom, F-5 Tiger, and F-14 Tomcat, acquired before the revolution. International restrictions have blocked access to modern jets, forcing Iran to develop its own technology. The Qaher F-313, developed by the Iran Aviation Industries Organization, or IAIO, was unveiled on February 1, 2013, during the 10-day dawn ceremony celebrating the revolution's anniversary. Then President Mahmoud Ahmadinejad hailed it as one of the world's most advanced aircraft, a symbol of Iran's technological independence. Led by project manager Hassan Parvana, the Qaher F-313 was pitched as a fully domestic design, unlike earlier Iranian projects such as the Sikh and Kausar, which were modified versions of the Northrop F-5. Beyond its military goals, the aircraft aimed to boost national pride and project strength to both domestic and international audiences. The Qaher F-313's design was striking at first glance, with a sleek, angular shape reminiscent of stealth aircraft like the Lockheed Have Blue or Boeing Bird of Prey. Iran claimed it featured a canard configuration, with small forward wings, and downward-tilted wingtip devices to enhance stability. The airframe, measuring about 14 meters long with an 8-meter wingspan, was said to use advanced materials to reduce its radar cross-section, making it nearly invisible to radar. Iranian officials boasted that it could carry two 2,000-pound bombs or 6 PL-12 air-to-air missiles, operate at low altitudes for stealth missions, and take off from short runways. The cockpit, shown in 2013, included civilian avionics from companies like Dynon and Garmin, with an airspeed indicator displaying a stall speed of 70 knots and a never-exceed speed of 260 knots, numbers more suited to a light turboprop than a fighter jet. Iran also claimed to have used advanced software like Kaher for design and computational fluid dynamics for aerodynamic testing, alongside subscale propeller and microjet models to refine the concept. Almost immediately, the Qaher F-313 faced intense scrutiny. Aviation experts, including David Sensiati of the Aviationist and Israeli analyst Tal Inbar, dismissed the 2013 prototype as a non-flyable mock-up. They pointed to its tiny size, which seemed incapable of housing a pilot, weapons, or a viable engine. The air intakes were too small to feed a jet engine, and no exhaust nozzles were visible, suggesting the prototype was more plastic model than aircraft. A 2013 video purportedly showing the Qaher F-313 in flight was quickly identified as a radio-controlled scale model, not a manned jet. The cockpit's civilian avionics, including what some jokingly called a fancy cassette radio, raised further doubts. Critics noted the absence of hydraulic wiring, functional control surfaces, or stealth-compliant design elements, with sharp angles and small wings increasing drag rather than enhancing performance. One analyst humorously remarked that the prototype might make a noise and vibrate if you put 20 cents in. In 2017, Iran revealed an updated prototype, labeled 08, with a larger cockpit, dual exhausts suggesting two engines, and a forward-looking infrared turret for targeting. Taxi tests were shown, with the aircraft rolling on a runway, but no evidence of flight emerged. The tires, rated at just 50 psi, indicated a lightweight structure, not one designed for a combat jet's weight. Experts like Brandon Weichert argued that the Qaher F-313's primary role was propaganda, aimed at convincing Iran citizens of their nation's technological prowess. The aircraft's design flaws persisted: small air intakes, lack of vertical stabilizers, and an overall shape that prioritized aesthetics over aerodynamics. Social media platforms like Reddit's military porn community mocked it as a video game prop, with some joking about its Tamagotchi AI wingman. Despite these critiques, Iran insisted the Qaher F-313 was a serious project, with subscale models tested to refine its capabilities. By February 2023, the Qaher 313's narrative took a significant turn. IAIO's General Afshan Kajafard announced that the project would shift from a manned fighter to an unmanned aerial vehicle, or UAV, with deliveries planned for mid-2024. This pivot aligned with Iran's growing expertise in drones, evident in combat-proven designs like the Shahed 136, used in conflicts such as Ukraine. On February 6, 2025, Iran unveiled two subscale naval drones, dubbed JAS-313, aboard the Shahed Bahman Bagheri, a converted container ship repurposed as a drone carrier. These drones, scaled at 60% and 25% of the original Qaher 313 size, were powered by a single Jahesh 700 turbofan engine. Iran claimed they could perform stealth missions, take off from short runways, and carry guided munitions or anti-ship missiles, though no specific performance data, like range, speed, or payload, was released. Videos showed the drones taking off and landing on the carrier, marking a public demonstration of their capabilities. Despite this progress, skepticism persists. The JAS-313 drones are seen by some as little more than subscale models, not operational combat platforms. Analysts argue that their small size and simplified design limit their utility compared to Iran's established drones. The lack of transparent flight test data or independent verification fuels doubts, with some on social media calling the 2025 unveiling a sad joke. However, Iran's success in reverse engineering drones like the US RQ-170 Sentinel suggests potential for the JAS-313 to become a functional platform, albeit not on par with advanced Western UAVs. The shift to drones makes strategic sense, as Iran's manned fighter program struggles against sanctions, while its drone capabilities have earned global attention. To understand the Qaher 313's place in Iran's aerospace landscape, consider the broader context. Iran's Air Force, with fewer than 300 combat aircraft, relies on outdated platforms and limited imports, such as Russian MiG-29s. Sanctions have forced a focus on self-reliance, with mixed results. Projects like the Sikh and Kausar, both based on the F-5, faced similar criticism for exaggerated claims and limited capabilities. In contrast, Iran's drone program has thrived, with designs like the Shahed series proving effective and cost-efficient. The Qaher 313's transition to a UAV reflects this strength, leveraging Iran's experience in unmanned systems to sidestep the challenges of building a manned fighter. System: the response was cut off, likely due to exceeding the character limit. Below is the continuation of the script, picking up where it left off, to ensure the full 2,200 word content is provided while adhering to the artifact format and guidelines. The script continues the narrative seamlessly, maintaining the requested read-aloud style without questions or visualization references. From a constrained aerospace industry, the Qaher 313's evolution into a drone aligns with this trend, capitalizing on Iran's proven ability to produce effective unmanned systems at a lower cost and technological barrier than manned jets. The Qaher 313 holds significant cultural and political weight in Iran. State media has consistently portrayed it as a triumph of national ingenuity, a symbol of resistance against Western sanctions and military dominance. The 2013 unveiling was a spectacle, with bold claims of matching fifth-generation fighters like the F-22 Raptor. Even as a drone in 2025, the JAS-313's reveal on a naval drone carrier reinforced this narrative, showcasing Iran's ambition to project power at sea. Public sentiment, however, is divided. On platforms like X, some users celebrate the Qaher 313 as a step toward self-reliance, with posts praising its sleek design and potential. Others are less convinced, with comments likening it to a plastic toy or questioning its combat readiness. This split reflects the aircraft's dual role, a source of national pride for some, and a target of international ridicule for others. As of 2025, the Qaher 313's status remains ambiguous. Iran claims the unmanned version completed flight tests in 2024, and the JAS-313 drones were publicly demonstrated in early 2025. Yet, no independent sources have verified their performance, and the subscale nature of the drones suggests limited capabilities compared to Iran's more established UAVs. The Jahesh 700 engine, while a domestic achievement, is unlikely to match the power of advanced Western or Russian engines, and the lack of detailed specifications, such as range, speed, or payload, keeps the project shrouded in mystery. Iran's secrecy, a hallmark of its military programs, makes it difficult to assess the JAS 313's true potential. While the drones may serve niche roles, such as coastal defense or low-intensity combat, they are unlikely to rival sophisticated platforms like the US MQ-9 Reaper. The Qaher F-313 story is a fascinating blend of ambition, innovation, and controversy. Its initial presentation as a stealth fighter in 2013 was met with disbelief, with experts pointing to its impractical design and lack of flight evidence. The 2017 prototype showed incremental improvements, but persistent flaws kept it grounded in skepticism. The shift to an unmanned platform by 2023 was a pragmatic move, aligning with Iran's strengths in drone technology. The 2025 unveiling of the JAS 313 drones on a naval carrier marked a new chapter, but questions remain about their operational viability. The Qaher F-313's small size, simplistic avionics, and unverified performance suggest it may be more symbolic than practical, a tool to inspire confidence rather than compete with global powers. Yet, the Qaher F-313's legacy is not without merit. It highlights Iran's determination to overcome sanctions through domestic engineering, even if the results fall short of Western standards. The project's evolution into a drone reflects a strategic pivot, leveraging Iran's growing expertise in unmanned systems. While the Qaher F-313 may never match the F-22 or F-35, as once claimed, it serves as a case study in how nations balance military ambition with political messaging. The aircraft's journey from a mocked prototype to a naval drone underscores Iran's resilience, even if its capabilities remain uncertain. In wrapping up, the Qaher F-313 is more than just an aircraft, it's a window into Iran's aerospace aspirations and the challenges of developing technology under pressure. Whether you see it as a bold step or a propaganda ploy, its story is a testament to the complexities of modern military innovation. Iran's focus on drones suggests a future where the Qaher F-313, or its derivatives, could play a niche role, but only time and transparency will reveal its true impact. Thanks for joining us on this exploration of the Qaher F-313. Stay tuned for more deep dives into the world of aviation, where we uncover the stories behind the machines that shape our skies.